Hello everyone and welcome back to our 9-month trip around the world, and today we're in Cobh Ireland, where we're going to not only see the Titanic Museum, we're going to watch the National Championships of Hurling and get to go to the Jameson Distillery.
Welcome to Living Phase 2.
Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Nancy, and we're empty nesters striving to live life to the fullest.
And we are living that full life, going all the way around the world and taking 9 months to do it on the ultimate world cruise.
Well, we sure are, friends. And today we're in Cobh Ireland. Now, Cobh is on the south side of Ireland, and it's Sunday, and it's a drizzly day. It's kind of drizzly, kind of cold, but we're going to go to Mass. That was the first thing that we had plans to do. So when we got off the ship, we walked up the hill to the cathedral.
Yeah, and be just a little warning here. Like many seaside towns, Cobh is very hilly. So
yes, it was.
So as soon as you get off your ship, you're going to be walking uphill almost any place that you go. So just make sure you're physically prepared for that. It can be quite a hike, and one of the pubs I went to was really a hike up the hill. But we went up to the cathedral, and it was just absolutely gorgeous.
Right, that was a nice Mass, and we had Mass in English, which was really
We haven't had that for a
even
long
better.
time.
Yes.
And the cathedral was just beautiful. The stonework, the woodwork. In fact, one of the caretakers was there, and he gives tours, and I wished I'd have had more time because I asked him a couple questions about some things, and boy, he just went.
He would have talked your ear off.
he was, and it was wonderful. I mean, I wish we would have had more time, but we had an appointment to meet some friends down at the Titanic Museum.
Right, so we walked back down the hill to go to the Titanic Museum. Now, we had been to a Titanic Museum in Branson, Missouri, which I thought was really a very interesting place. Now, this was somewhat similar. If you've been to a Titanic Museum before, when you go into the doors, you get a card. You become a person on the Titanic, and you find out as you go through the museum, then you find out at the end if you were one of the lucky ones who lived or if you were one that had sadly passed away. But it was a little smaller than the one, if you've been to the one in Branson, it's a little smaller than that one, but it was still very good. Some hands-on interactive things to do inside of the museum. I did get a Christmas ornament while we were there, so that was nice.
Well, the reason that we have a Titanic Museum here in Cobh is that this was the last stop for the Titanic. Now, it was a tender port, so they stayed out away in the harbor, and then they sent tenders in to pick up the first, second, and third class passengers. And you can still see the actual old wooden dock where those tenders went and came in and took passengers away. And that is where the museum is actually located. So as part of the tour, you go to the back on the deck and you see the old dock back there and everything. So, and like Nancy said, this was a bit of a smaller museum, and we're going to see another one tomorrow in Cherbourg. That one's a little bigger, I think, a little better done. And the one in Branson, actually, I think is the best of all three that we've seen. So if you get to Branson, Missouri here in the United States, that one is actually, I think, really, really good.
But do take note, it is sad to go through there. That it kind of pulls at your heartstrings, really.
Yeah, it really does. Well, after the Titanic Museum, we met up with more friends, and what do you do in Ireland? You go to a pub.
That's right.
So
we had hoped to get some fish and chips, but we went to Kelly's Pub. Now, here's something interesting. Some of the pubs do not serve food. So what they will allow is for you to go get food at another restaurant and bring it in, so you can enjoy your beer in the pub with whatever food you bring in.
Right. So I went, and with a friend, we actually went out. We were going to grab those fish and chips, but the only fish and chips place, Cobh's a fairly small town, didn't open until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So we ended up finding a place to get just some chips, or French fries, as we'd say in the United States. We brought them back to the pub, enjoyed a Guinness. We all sat around a table and had a nice time. So that was really good. And then after that, we decided, well, we hadn't really had lunch. We just had a few chips. And we were still on that hunt for the fish and chips. So we went down and found a restaurant called Quay.
Yeah, no, Quay was a nicer restaurant. It wasn't, it was not a pubby type atmosphere. It was very, very modern. It was right there on the water. It was expensive, but we had some very good fish and chips.
Yeah, we did. And they also had an Irish beef stew that I had that was really, really good. So, no, their food there was excellent. And as Nancy said, just a little bit pricey. So, after we had our fish and chips, actually, Nancy and I, we went our separate ways. That's it. We're done. You've had enough of me.
You wanted to go with your buddies to watch a hurling match.
That's right. So, today is actually the Irish Hurling Championships, and the town of Cobh, their team is playing in the championship game. So you can imagine every pub in town has the hurling match on with the Cobh team. So a friend of mine and I, we went up into the Roaring Donkey pub. Now, a little bit of a warning here. It is way up the hill. So you got to walk a long ways uphill to get there. But it was a fun pub. The hurling match was on. We had some Guinnesses and just really enjoyed ourselves up there.
We had a good time.
We did. And now while I was doing that,
I went with one of the ladies. There was a craft show going on along the waterfront, even though it was a drizzly day. So we wanted to walk, as we're walking back to the ship, we wanted to go by the craft show and see all the different booths, and I got a pair of earrings. Now, one thing I was on the hunt for was an Irish sweater, and being Sunday, most everything was closed. However, right by the port, there was one souvenir shop open, and I did find my Irish sweater. So I was very tickled about that. I know you saw the charge come across while you were in the pub, and you said, "Oh dear, Nancy's out spending money."
How much was that Christmas ornament?
Anyway, so that was this was probably the most expensive souvenir I got on the whole trip.
Yeah,
Really.
but you look very nice.
Well,
in it.
thank you
Very
very much.
beautiful.
It actually goes down about to my knees, and I wear it more outside than I do in. But okay, so we got back to the ship, but we
had to get back to the ship.
We did, because at 6:00 we were going to the Jameson Distillery tour.
That's right.
So the Jameson tour was a Royal escape. Now, if you remember from previous videos, Royal has included 4 escapes on this around the world adventure, and this happens to be one of them. So it was included in our trip.
Right, and every one of them had something to do with alcohol. So the other three were wine related. One was in Montevideo, one was in South Africa, and now this one, instead of wine though, we're in Ireland. This one is going to Irish whiskey.
Right.
So no, this was really nice. They had it all arranged. They did a good job getting us out there. Once we were there was a great greeting, and they had the show. They took us on the full distillery tour. It was really nice just having our group from the ship there. And then once we finished up the tour, we got back to the main tasting room. We got taste. In fact, we gave us hors d'oeuvres, and they had dancing and Irish dancing and Irish band.
We'll go get some more.
Yeah, they gave us tickets for the tastings. Gosh, I think we got, like, I don't know what, 3 each or something. It was, no lack there. I enjoyed this escape very, very much. I think Royal did a great job.
Very good job with that.
Yeah. Oh, and they sent us home with gift bags too. We had chocolate and little shot bottles of Jameson and candy bars, and
we ate all those.
Yeah, that's right. I think we gifted one to our room steward, actually. So yeah, but no, the Jameson thing was really good. But then we had to, they took us on back to the ship, and the nice thing is we have another sea day tomorrow to just relax.
We do. So where are we going next, Mike?
We're going to Cherbourg, France, and it was another stop on the Titanic. And here we're going to go to their museum, but they also have France's first nuclear submarine, and we get to go see that. They have a great museum there of it. Actually, you park right next to it. You get to see it from the ship. We toured that. We toured the Titanic Museum, and we have an unbelievable trip.
It was a great day. All right, friends, you don't want to miss it. As always, thank you for liking, subscribing, and turning on those notifications, and we will see you very soon. Have a beautiful day.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.